Hello, my friend. To build a successful marriage, it takes God, it takes time, dedication, commitment, and it takes work. I know that social media, reality TV show, Hollywood romance novels, it makes it look so easy. Like there's no problem whatsoever. But in reality, it is not so. My wife and I have been married for 30 years and we have grown from where we got started. Absolutely. I am going to share a clip from an IG live we did last week, and we were transparent about the challenges and the issues that we faced in the early stage of our marriage. I'm talking about we were really naked, not our clothes off. No, no, no. We did it with our clothes on. I'm talking about naked as it relates to our conversation, the things that we shared, the things that we talked about. Yes, that kind of openness, if I may say so. All right. And we have learned, we have grown, we have become stronger, we have become better. Why? Because that's what it's supposed to be. Marriage is not a destination, it is a journey. And on this journey in marriage, you must grow, you must learn, you must shift, you must modulate. You do things and become better at improving the areas in your life that you need to improve so that you can have a better life and also enjoy a better marriage. So I want you to watch the clip and let us know what you think. Enjoy.
Yeah, so, he was talking before about how I used to love watching Lifetime
Oh yeah.
TV. Like every chance I get, I would watch Lifetime TV.
I hated it.
Because it's entertainment.
But back then, Lifetime TV was trash. They were man.
I agree.
They emasculate men. We're talking about back in the late '90s. Lifetime TV emasculate men. It was always murder. It was always the man cheating. It was always the man beating on his wife. It was always this.
Yeah. So thank the Lord I was delivered from that. Hallelujah. It was a thing for me. When you catch a hold of something and you wouldn't let it go. But because of his example and, the revelation he got from God about, loving me as Christ loved the church. And, he started reading the Bible more and, just seeing him doing these things, positive things, encouraged me. And so I grabbed a hold of it and I started reading as well. And I started praying more and we started praying together more. And it's just been amazing, you guys. But I can tell you that, sitting here right now, someone asked before, I think the question was for you. Do you think you would have seen yourself teaching about marriage, whatever?
Oh yeah.
So I'm getting back to that. Knowing me, how I was back then, if someone had told me that this is a part of what I would be doing in life, I would have said, where did you get that from? No, I'm not doing that. And one of the reasons I find it's because I grew up sheltered and shy. There were things I didn't like about myself. I didn't think I was beautiful.
Yeah, let's really talk. Let's really be transparent, babe. Y'all see how beautiful this amazing lady is. She really had a self-image problem and self-esteem issue when we got married. I'm talking about a huge problem. Can you just unpack that, how we kind of navigate through that part of our lives?
Yes. So when I came to this country, I felt like I didn't know how to embrace the love that he bestowed upon me. A lot of us that are born in Caribbean countries or grew up in Caribbean countries, we don't get a lot of love and from our parents, affection.
They show it through their work, and
they don't say I love you. It's just because they provide for you and they make sure you go to school, they make sure you have dinner and breakfast, whatever. That's the way they show love. They never say I love you and stuff. So I was not used to that. Neither was my husband. But then when he came to this country, he started, maturing and transition into that phase. And then me coming and he's calling me babe and honey and, telling me I love you. And I'm like, oh my God, why is he always saying that? not used to it. And I'm like, why is he always saying that? Like, I didn't know how to
And
reciprocate. I didn't know how to say it back to you.
Yeah.
And it took me a long, long time. I had to do a lot of work, guys. A lot. When I say a lot of
She
work.
used to actually every piece of clothes.
I was getting to that.
Okay,
too.
go ahead. Sorry.
I didn't
Tell your
even
story.
like
Tell your
because
story, baby. Tell your story.
because I didn't think I was beautiful. Then I wasn't so sure how to adorn myself, how to dress, and everything that I would put on. I would ask him, "Do you think this looks nice? What do
Yeah.
you think about this? What do you think about that?" Now I don't ask. I just get dressed.
But back then
But-
it was frustrating for me because I know her beauty, and men that are watching, they know that we are very visual by nature, right? Our sexuality is to the eye. So she's been a beautiful woman since I know her, and but she never felt that way. So every piece of clothes that I would buy her or she would purchase, she asked my approval, and then in my eyes I just wanted to see her dress up, and then me just captivated and mesmerized by what she looks like and just compliment her. So she actually acts prematurely or acts prior to dressing. So I would get a little bit frustrated, but I've never disrespected her, and I'll be like, babe, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're gorgeous, just dress, man, and just let me absorb your beauty. Now she put my combination together.
Yes, I do.
Now she dressed me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, babe, no. You better take off that tie. That shirt doesn't go well with that color. That's how it is. And even now, I'm telling you, she is absolutely amazing. My wife, every night before bed, shower, sitting there just lotioning her body, putting on her body spray, and it's just crazy. In the morning, can you tell them about this, babe? Tell
Why
them.
don't you talk about it? It's your thing.
It doesn't matter how deep I am in my sleep. When she comes in from the shower in the morning before she goes to work, and she sit at her vanity desk or vanity table, the moment she starts to put on her makeup and put on her body spray and all of that stuff, it's like an alarm clock. I just literally wake up. I don't know. It's been like I think it was about maybe about 26 years now, 25 years. And every morning, every time that my wife comes into the bedroom in the morning, it doesn't matter how deep in my sleep I am, I automatically
Guys, I want to do an illustration for you.
just wake up.
This is him sleeping, and his back is turned to the side of the bed that I sleep on. So he's sleeping, and as soon as I come into the room, he's turning towards me,
turn
and
around.
he's wide awake.
All the time, man.
It's like clockwork.
And it's really I don't know what to say. I don't know how to explain it, but it goes to show you the transformation that took place in our lives and in our marriage. My happiness doesn't come from my wife. And her happiness doesn't come from me. We don't depend on each other for happiness. We actually bring happiness to the marriage.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. My love doesn't come from my wife. I don't depend on my wife for love. I bring love to her in the marriage. And the reason why it's easy for me, because she cannot be the source of love because she's limited to what she can bring to my life.
That's it.
And that is the reason why we teach marriage from a perspective that it must be God-centered.
Amen.
Because Adam and Eve were in the presence of God. They were always in the presence of God. And outside of God, you're limited to the capacity that you have to love. And when I found out that if I tap into God, which is the source of love, then it's absolutely impossible for my wife to exhaust my love for her. Now, there are she has to honor and be a steward of my love,
Yeah.
but she cannot exhaust it, because my love doesn't come from her. It comes from God. The Bible tells us in 1 John chapter 4 and verse 8 that he that loveth not knoweth not God, because God is love. His nature is love. His essence of being is love. Everything that God does flow from a place of love. And so if I'm created in the image and in the likeness of God, and the Spirit of God is in me, and I have the ability to create, then that's the reason why God didn't tell you to love me. God tells me to love you, because you're already created by God. You have a womb. You know how to hold everything that I've given you, whether good or bad. You know exactly how to multiply. And so the true reason for that is because the man is the initiator of love. He is the initiator. And because I am the initiator, because I tap into the source of love, it is impossible for you to exhaust my love. You just don't have the capacity to do so, because you are not the source of love. For me, God is. And when we get these attributes and characteristics right, it makes our marriage a lot more easy to manage.
It does.
Literally.
Yeah.
The relationship that we have now, it transcends all. I mean, people don't understand the teaching because nobody really do it this way. It has to be spiritual, and then it has to be you. And when we got this, I'm telling you, man, the love that we have for each other right now, babe, you want to tell them about the love, you want to tell them about the sex and all this stuff. They don't want to hear about the sex, no. You know, I'm just being honest, man. It's crazy, because we can be really naked and not ashamed.
Yeah.
Like really naked. In every aspect of our marriage, we can be that way.
Like, a part of what I struggled with too, guys, ladies, is when it comes time to be intimate, like the first part of the marriage.
Oh, yeah.
It was a struggle for me. And I say it was a struggle because I didn't know how to be naked and not ashamed, and not be ashamed. I didn't. I had to learn that from yours truly. And I know that, we do counseling a lot, and I know a lot of women struggle in that area. And I go back to personal growth. You have to know who you are. You have to know what you want. You have to be able to express upon your husband what you want and how you want and what you need to be done. And you have to find that within yourself to be able to get that way. It doesn't happen overnight.
Real love is not
it takes
by
time.
accident.
It takes time, and it takes practice. You have to talk yourself into some things that you need to get somewhere. You got to talk yourself into it.
But can I share this though? But even though, because you were always, you've always been conservative.
I still,
and you still are.
I still
but I think from that perspective, it was more of you just feeling like you just couldn't be free to be yourself. But
it had nothing to do with you.
But it had nothing to do with me.
It was all me.
But I had to create that safe space for her, though. I had to create an environment that she can thrive in and she feel comfortable to be free in. And so in order for her to maximize her sexuality, I had to make sure that, number one, I make her feel comfortable being that way. And then I demonstrate love from a place of understanding who she is and what she desire. Now she's a freak in the bedroom. Like for real. She's now she's now the freak. She's the one that turns me out, if you know what I'm saying. Why? Because I now understand, and I create a space that she can be naked and not ashamed. And literally, when we talk about nakedness, it's not just about the sex, really. It's really about being vulnerable on every level.
Right.
I had to also realize that even with intimacy and sex is different, because there are times when you wanted intimacy and I wanted sex. You wanted to sit on the sofa and just watch television and lay on my chest or rub my bald head, and I'm ready to take her upstairs to the bedroom.
True, guys.
And
Yeah.
think that it's going to go crazy.
A lot of people
We-
mistake
you know,
mistake the two to be the same. but
Keep
it's
it
not.
knocking.
It's
She said, keep
him
him knocked out.
I will, trust me. Yeah.
But I had to realize that that sex is wired to her brain. I needed a place to have sex. She needed a reason to do it. And I have to learn that to create those reasons, it has to do with the environment and the security.
Right.
It has to do with the fact that I have to unclog the clutter in your mind, which means that I don't create problems when it's not necessary, because that will create the emotion.
Right.
Sure, you can ask a question. Absolutely. Yeah. It's not the same intimacy in sex as to, yes, it is two different
Yes,
things.
it is.
It is absolutely two different things. You can be sexual and not intimate, and you can be intimate and not sexual. And I think that's where some of us men have to really learn to understand our wives a lot better. And that's what I teach men, that when you understand the anatomy and the physiology, it brings so much. No, I don't. I'm not married. Just
Yet smiling.
just smiling. Okay. Unclog the mind. Well, yes, absolutely. I have to unclutter the mindset. That's why I don't wait until bedtime.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that men don't get 100%. They just want to have sex or be romantic with their wives, not seeing what you're going through and how you're distracted because you're thinking this bill was not paid this month, because there isn't enough money. I'm tired, I'm stressed out, there's so many things going on. You're not helping me to clean up the kitchen or wash the dishes. You can cook one day and I cook the next. We need help in order to be there and focus 100% when it comes to romance.
Well, that's it, guys. That's the clip. I would like to hear from you. What do you think? That's our story. God has been good. We are committed to getting better. We are committed to doing the work. I mean, listen, it's 30 years in and we have a lifetime to go. And also, here's another video that you can watch to help you to level up and to become a better version of yourself. Focus on your spiritual and your personal growth to build a happier life and a better marriage. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless you. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one.